Okay, here's another review. And today I'm going to be reviewing Signal Noise, Where So Many Predictions Fail But Some Don't by Nate Silver. This book was published by Penguin Press in September of 2012. It has 544 pages and it has 6,600 ratings on Goodreads. So many people asked me about this book, so I just figured I'll just do a review on it. Also mainly because I feel like this kind of stuff should be talked about and people should know a little bit more, because there are so many misconceptions about a lot of concepts in this book. So this book is by Nate Silver. Nate Silver, I think as many people do know, he is a sports statistician, mainly in baseball. What he did was he made a new type of formulation on evaluating baseball players, and he sold it to someplace. He talks about it in this book a little bit in one chapter, but and then he took a stab at, using his math skills, looking at data, impartially predicting the presidential elections, and he actually did pretty well in the last election. He was 100% correct. That's pretty good. He is talking about the implications of predictions and how predictions are made, how forecasts are made, and the common problems, misconceptions, and issues that are related to those things, and interesting phenomena that you see. Each chapter has a different theme of a different subject or a different problem that illustrates pretty much one topic that he wants to talk about in predictions. So in the first chapter he talks about failures of predictions. So he talked about the housing bubble and exactly how people failed to predict that everything was going to implode in terms of houses. And then in another chapter he uses political pundits to talk about experts and predictions, and exactly the interesting phenomenon that the more specialized you are in a particular field, the worse your predictions get, and exactly how political pundits really, their predictions are just like the crapshoot. They don't really mean anything, and they actually are pretty bad, no matter what political affiliation. And then, and then it's interesting, he talks about exactly when you should factor in information and when you should cut out some information when you're making a prediction, and how people develop models, and when people should use models, when people should weigh in their judgment on the data. Big data. Pretty much I think anyone can find a chapter in here they want to learn more about, like how weather predictions are made or climate change skepticism. Not in that sense, but trust me, it's not bad. Or even poker, or how gamblers make predictions and how that factors into the whole concept of using, data and math to make predictions. I think this book is pretty enlightening on a lot of topics. You'll find something that interests you, at least one chapter in here, and you'll definitely learn a lot. One thing about math, I think a lot of people get scared off, or they just look at math and science as just this, it's like magic. So people want to view predictions or experts as infallible, and he's very good at being very, not skeptical, but hesitant to say, if you just do this every time, it's going to have a great prediction, or this type of method of doing prediction fails every time. He does a very good job, I think, of keeping realistic expectations, or, on how to weigh expectations. That's one big part of the book. I really did like this book. He does a very good job at explaining things in layman terms and with concrete examples. It's not all just theoretical. That's the main thing that I really liked about the book. Every chapter is rooted in a real world example, so I think people can relate very well to this. So I do recommend this book. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it. I'll probably pick this up eventually. So that was my review. I hope you have a great day. Bye! Oh my gosh.